Welcome in, everyone. I hope you guys are doing great wherever you're watching from today. We have some big breaking news, and that is Venezuelan fighter jets have targeted a U.S. Navy warship. We are going to get into the details of exactly what happened, how the United States is responding, the actual power of Venezuela's Air Force, and what this provocative measure might mean moving forward as the situation with Venezuela continues to escalate and escalate and escalate. It is a wild, wild time right now. And listen, I don't know what's going to happen. Every day we've got something new with Venezuela, and every single day it seems like Venezuela and the Trump administration, the United States of America, are on the war path. And at this point, it seems hard to believe that the Trump administration is not going to strike Venezuela directly at some point. But we're going to get into exactly what happened. I'm going to break it all down. Before we do, as always, please make sure to like and subscribe. Totally free, costs you absolutely nothing, and is a huge, huge, huge boost to the channel. Comment with your thoughts below about what's going on. Let me know what you think of the situation, how you would like to see the situation handled. Hit that bell above, all notifications turned on. You won't miss a single thing. You'll have the best information on YouTube. And then right here, Instagram, David_Hookstead, X D Hookstead. That's where you can find me on social media. Please make sure to give me a follow there. DMs are open if there's anything you want to share with me. If you have information about a story I'm talking about, reach out there. Now, let's get into it. We've been talking about this at length. Every day, there's a new piece of information. Every day, there's another step taken towards the escalation of some kind of action against Venezuela. The United States of America has deemed Nicolas Maduro, the dictator of Venezuela, the head of a cartel. He is a narco-terrorist. They put a $50 million bounty on his head. They want him gone. They want him dealt with. They want him out of there. It is that simple. And Trump has surrounded Venezuela with warships, at least one nuclear-powered submarine, thousands of Marines, thousands of cruise missiles are now within striking distance of Venezuela. As well as that, we have spy planes that are flying throughout the region. Beach landing exercises are underway. There are a ton of moving pieces here. On top of that, the Trump administration blew up a drug ship carrying 11 members of Tren de Aragua, which is a terrorist organization, a narco-terrorist organization declared as such by the United States government. They have pushed their poison, carnage, and chaos in the United States. We warned them to stop. They didn't stop. So we blew up one of their drug ships that was leaving Venezuela. They waited for it to get into international waters and then blew it up. Well, Venezuela is none too happy about that. Now they're buzzing our warships. Let me put this on the screen. So this comes from the New York Times. This has been reported by a bunch of different outlets. It's not just the New York Times. I know some of you reading this, and I got plenty of problems with the New York Times myself, but this is a well-documented event that has occurred. It says Venezuelan jets fly over U.S. Navy ship in show of force. The flyover took place 2 days after the United States carried out a military strike on a boat in the Caribbean that U.S. officials said was carrying drugs. So it says two armed. So these weren't unarmed planes. These planes had missiles, bombs, whatever. In theory, they could have launched on these ships. Two armed Venezuelan F-16 fighter jets flew over the U.S. Navy guided missile destroyer Jason Dunham in the Southern Caribbean Sea in a show of force on Thursday. A Defense Department official said it is the latest in the latest escalation of tensions between Trump and Maduro. The U.S. warship did not engage, the official said. In an apparent response, so listen to this. In an apparent response to the Venezuelan fighter jet flyover, the Pentagon ordered 10 F-35 jets to Puerto Rico as part of a larger counter-narcotics operation, the Defense Department official said. The deployment, man, I'm really struggling with my words this morning. The deployment was previously reported by Reuters. The flyover, reported earlier by CBS News, took place 2 days after the United States carried out a deadly military strike on a Venezuela boat in the Caribbean that U.S. officials said was carrying drugs. So we have scrambled. So two Venezuelan jets armed with lethal weapons buzzed a U.S. Navy warship. The U.S. Navy warship did not fire on them, did not shoot them down, probably should have, but we'll talk more about that later. And now in response, the United States of America has deployed 10 F-35 stealth fighter jets to Puerto Rico that will be used to provide air cover now for the Navy ships in the region off the coast of Venezuela. Trust me, and we're going to get into a breakdown of Venezuelan air power here shortly. And trust me when I say they go up against F-35s. They are going to get blown out of the sky before they even knew it hit them. So it says President Trump has said that 11 members of TDA gang were killed in the strike. It's unclear whether they were given a chance to surrender. Doesn't really look like they were, nor should they have been. They had every chance to stop doing this for a long, long time and chose not to. So now they are paying the price of that. They've done them as part of a small armada of warships and surveillance planes the Pentagon has been amassing in the region in recent weeks as part of a major counter-narcotics operation. President Trump signed a still secret directive last month in instructing the Pentagon to use military force against some Latin American drug cartels that his administration has labeled terrorist organizations. On Wednesday, Secretary of State Marco Rubio said that seizing drug shipments in recent years has not dissuaded cartels and traffickers. What will stop them is when you blow them up, when you get rid of them. Maduro accused Rubio of trying to drag Trump into a bloody war. So I'm going to put this up on the screen for you now. Let me get this. This is the Pentagon's response. So you can see that. It says, Department of Defense, today, 2 Maduro regime military aircraft flew near a U.S. Navy vessel in international waters. This highly provocative move was designed to interfere with our counter-terror, narco-terror operations. Cartel running Venezuela strongly advised not to pursue any further effort to obstruct, deter, or interfere with counter-narcotics and counter-terror operations carried out by the United States. So I'll pull that down now. So Venezuelan fighter jets buzzed, again, highly provocative. They had weapons on them, and they flew right over a U.S. Navy ship, probably trying to instigate something. The U.S. Navy ship did not shoot them down. Question is, would they have been in their legal rights to shoot them down? That would depend on what kind of threat they truly believed these fighter jets represented. They did not open fire. Maybe they will next time, and we'll really get this party started. But let me throw this up on the screen for you. This is a breakdown of Venezuelan air power. When it comes to fighter jets, they have a total of about 25 to 26, most of them being the Su-30 Mk2, which is, of course, the Soviet Union Russian-designed jet. Then they have 2 to 5 F-16s, bunch of trainer aircraft, a couple transport aircraft, 1 tanker aircraft, and then some transport helicopters. What you're seeing on the screen right now is very old. Even the F-16s, they would need replacement parts. They would need constant maintenance. Of course, Venezuela is not going to be able to get those pieces because the U.S. isn't going to give them. So of the 2 to 5 they have, how many of them are even operational? How many of them even actually work? My guess would be maybe only the 2 that were up in the sky. Maybe of the 20 Su-30s they have, the Su-30s, you might have 10 to 12 of those that are operational. That is the total power of the Venezuelan Air Force. Which brings me to my broader point. If they want to threaten United States Navy ships, and they want to threaten the United States military, and they want to target our ships, and they want to take fighter jets armed with weapons, missiles, bombs, whatever it might be, and go after our Navy ships, we absolutely should send a message. You want to put our sailors in danger? You want to fly your fighter jets over our heads? We'll blow you out of the sky just like we blew that boat out of the water. What's Venezuela going to do about it? There's nothing they can do. They don't have the military power to confront the United States. The fact they're even targeting our ships and threatening our people is insane. They're inviting a response they have absolutely no chance of defeating. They're inviting the U.S. military to strike in a manner that would obliterate the Maduro regime. And I made a video yesterday. I'm filming this on September 5th. I made a video on September 4th that gives 3 clear options for how President Trump could take out Maduro. Air power, stealth bombers. That was option 1. Option 2, you could launch a salvo, wave after wave of cruise missiles targeting them. And option 3, the most risky option, would be a direct action raid involving Delta Force, SEAL Team 6, the Army Rangers, something like that. We have options at our disposal. They've got the worst gear possible. They've got decades-old planes, only a couple dozen of them at best. We have thousands of stealth fighters. We have thousands of fighter jets. We have stealth bombers. We have long-range bombers. Venezuela doesn't have a single bomber. This is not going to be a fair fight if they push us and test us or hurt our people, and thus we will have to respond. So that's where it's at. Venezuela is playing a very dangerous game, a very risky game, and don't be shocked if we shoot down these planes next time they try this. But I want to know what you guys think. Let me know in the comments below. Do you want to see us shoot down Venezuelan planes targeting our Navy ships? Please make sure to like and subscribe. Totally free, costs you absolutely nothing at all. It is a huge, 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 huge boost to the channel. Hit that bell, all notifications turn on. You won't miss a single thing. And then right here, bottom of the screen, Instagram, David_Hookstead, X, D Hookstead. That's where you can find me on social media. DMs are open. Reach out with anything you have. Till then, I'll see y'all next time.